We are back. Jeff Go to Go podcast. Dennis Barker Jr., sports editor of the Standard Banner, joined as always by connoisseur of media relations for all things Jefferson County athletics, Bryson Jurek.
Love the new titles every time.
And I love it too.
I love it to my repertoire.
It's a tradition unlike any other,
It
but
is.
not the Masters. And Jefferson County baseball senior Maddux Rogers. You've kind of had a dull week, haven't you?
It's been a good week.
Has it been a good week?
It's been an awesome week.
How so?
The baseball team's getting hot. And this, ever since I've been in high school, whether it was Coach Reese or Coach Long or Coach Potts, it's always like your season really starts once May kicks in, and with the postseason coming up, the hot team always makes a run. And right now we're getting hot at the right moment. We beat two, I think, top 10 teams in the state with Hardin Valley and Dobbins Bennett the past 2 days. So it's been a good week so far.
So the baseball rankings, they are hard for me to figure out. Obviously, they're done by the Tennessee Baseball Coaches Association, the coaches poll. Dobbins Bennett, top 5 team that you guys took down Thursday night. Huge win. And then just 24 hours before that, beat the defending Class 4A runner-up in Hardin Valley, a team that you guys could very well see should you get to sectionals. Beat them the night before. I mean, that's 2 really solid wins in back-to-back nights.
Yeah, the whole lineup's producing. That was a shaky start at the beginning of the year. Is offensively who can hit, and usually it was the top of the lineup producing most of the time. But now these past few games, it's been 1 through 9 hitters that have produced well. I think Caleb Williams had 3 RBIs yesterday, so big day for him. That's good to see him get going before postseason.
Yeah, he had 3 hits. Ryan Smith, I've seen an uptick in his production. Ethan Stout's quietly had a really good season. And then, you guys have got, I think I've got 4 batters batting over 300 at this point in the year. And, like you said, a lot of that production's come here as of late. So hope you're right. Hope you guys are getting hot at the right time.
That's right.
I would say it's been fun to see. I haven't been at the last 2 games, and I've kind of been told that I might be banned from the rest of the season. We'll kind of see how that plays out. I've only been – of all the games I've covered of you guys from start to finish, you've won 2. Both of those were against Morristown East. And no offense to Morristown East.
Yeah,
they've made great improvements from last year.
Those should be wins, though.
Yes, they're last in the district. So, yeah, very, very much so. If I'd have cost y'all those games, then I probably would have been banned a long time ago. Seriously, though, getting ready to get into the postseason. District tournament starts next week. Tight field. What are you guys looking at?
West plays East today. If Morristown East somehow beats West, the tournament would be at Sevier County. But I don't see that happening, so it looks like we're going to be playing Sevier County at Morristown West for the, we're the 3 seed and they're the 2 seed, so battle it out. It's a double elimination tournament, so I'm curious to see how Coach Long goes in to this tournament and what his strategies are pitching-wise, since we're down a few arms now. But more importantly, we've kept it real close with Sevier County. We've had our chances to win all 3 games that we've played against them. The first time we played them, we were up 2-1 the 7th inning, and they scored 2. I think we had an error in that inning or something, leadoff walk. The second time they beat us, I think they just out-hit us. And then the third time Coach Long said we left 8 runners on base when we played them, which is a lot.
8 runners on base and 3 for 12 hitting with runners in scoring position. Yeah. And obviously,
they're not going to win if that happens.
Not going to win a lot of baseball whenever you do that. Of course, Lord, that was just a week ago, and Coach Long, he's talking about getting those big bats, getting those timely hits, and a week later, here you guys are.
I think we had 12 hits yesterday as a team.
Mm-hmm.
That may have been the team high this year, possibly, against a great team.
Yeah.
They threw different arms. I think we saw 5 different pitchers yesterday. So it was definitely inconsistent with the arms. They're just getting guys in and out. And so they weren't really seeing the same guy, which is kind of a hard thing, I guess, because
sure.
We like to tell our guys, the top hitters will tell the bottom lineup what we see, but when the other arms come in, you don't know. So it's just kind of.
There's a reason you get so many pitchers pulled once the bats start getting hot on the other side.
Yeah.
I mean, next guy might come in and his fastest pitch might be 55, 60 mile an hour, but
He might be getting out, so.
yep,
Yeah.
exactly. Like you said, double elimination tournament. Going to be interested to see how you guys play it. I know in years past,
Especially game one.
well, yeah, game one's for sure, because I know in years past, of course, that was with Reese at the helm, but
Yeah.
Zach Long's been along with him the entire time, so I can see them being very similar. But kind of try and hold your ace until you get later into the tournament.
Yeah.
If you have that just in case go or go home, get to the championship game type of situation. But you guys are, I mean, like you kind of alluded to, you guys are already in a little bit of a pickle with arms.
Yeah.
But you guys have such depth there. How much
Yeah.
has that paid off this
I
year?
mean, the third time we played Sevier County, we rolled out, two bullpen guys that kept it a close game, but they didn't throw their ace either. But I don't know how Coach Long will play that game one against Sevier County. Is he going to roll out two bullpen guys that can give us a chance to win, or does he throw either me, Brody, or Briley? But I don't think he's going to do that. I think he's going to save us for the elimination game if we lose that first game, which will probably be against Morristown East because they'll go up against West. So I don't know how he's going to play it. But we have a deep pitching rotation, which has been a big help for us this year. But now with two arms down or with losing Bo, somebody's going to have to step up in the rotation.
Well, and that on that same note, Sevier County is going to be in a little bit
Yeah.
of a different spot than they've been in years past. Normally, they've been the one seed. They've been the guys that can kind of dictate how they want the tournament to go. And I personally have my doubts that you're going to see Brady Scott
Yeah.
whenever you got, assuming East doesn't pull off some kind of upset
yeah.
today. I got to imagine that you're not going to see Brady Scott whenever you guys roll in there next week.
Yeah.
Not the first game at
Yeah.
least.
I don't know. It's different because when we played them the third time, they threw a dude that we haven't seen all year.
Right.
And we got him out, I think, like in the second or third inning, and then they rolled in a lefty that pitched the rest of the game. We just didn't contribute when there were runners on base. So I think it'll be interesting who we see if we play Sevier County and who we throw out as well.
Bryson, I want to bring you in. These guys, Maddux talking about the pitching situation that they've got, and losing Bo is a huge, huge detriment. But at the same time, he named them off. Briley, Maddux himself, and Brody really have stepped up. They've had some bullpen guys step up and give them some good innings. The Sevier County game last week, Cole
Good to see
Osborne, I
Cole,
think,
yeah.
played a great game.
Yeah, good to see Cole having some productive innings. He's been struggling a little bit this year. He's not been pitching as much as he wanted to, but seeing him come out there in a conference game and throw up, I think 4 zeros, but he
Yeah.
gave up that one. But that one run was unearned. It was from an error.
Right.
It was very, very good for him because that's going to build him confidence coming into the tournament whenever Coach Long calls on him.
Nonetheless, giving you guys a chance, and Bryson, like I said, they've got so much depth there, and as you get later into the postseason, that's pretty much what this game ends up becoming about: is how many arms do you have?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it helps longevity too. You want the arms, but you want them to stay in the game as long as possible because that gives you better chances moving forward. And I think with the bullpen that we've got going right now, that is very possible. Being able to rely on those guys, but not only just for an inning or two, but 4 or 5. Prolonged success, expanding what you're able to do. I think that'll be the difference maker. And I think we got some guys that can definitely do that. Stay in for a longer amount of time, kind of push what you could be able to do, and keep some of those guys for later days and rainy time, stuff like that.
As a coach yourself, they lose a guy like Bo Revord, just an overwhelming figure in the program. But to see them respond the way that they have, how encouraging of a sign is that, especially as late in the season as we are?
That's good for multiple reasons. One, that shows you've built a good culture already, and you got a good culture in place. One guy goes down, five other guys are ready, willing, and able to step up and fill that gap. So just as a coach, being able to count on other people in that kind of situation, trusting the culture that you've built and having that success, that prolonged success over time that we've seen in multiple sports, but especially baseball here, is just And that's crucial. And in situations like this, stuff happens. I don't really have to worry about it that much because people don't have to have Tommy John from playing golf, or people don't tear their ACLs. Knock on wood. I'll end up having 5 of those this year, some concussions or something. But
hey, those hills can, those golf
yeah,
courses can be
you get
hilly.
gassed out
You
there,
can
that's
trip.
for sure. But just having that willingness, that culture. Yes, I'm ready to step up. It's not about me; it's about the team. That's what you want. That's what you want to have, especially going into this postseason situations like this. So.
Maddux, I mean, you were there firsthand. You guys lose Bo, not just a pitcher, but a bat, a utility guy. I mean, somebody you could plug and play anywhere. What was that process like, and how have you firsthand seen this team just kind of come together and maintain the success that you guys have had, even without having such a big piece of the team?
Well, it's I think part of throwing. You're gonna get hurt. I went through it my sophomore year. It happens. But I think with him starting the year out in the outfield and not playing shortstop, has actually contributed well. Because I think if he would have got hurt now and Ethan wouldn't have been playing shortstop all year and you just had to throw him out there, I think it would have been a difficult challenge for him. But I've been playing outfield lately too, which opens up Dylan or Briley to play third and first. So I think it's overall defensively, I think we're fine with him gone, but pitching obviously a big loss, and then offensively we've had people step up. Jackson Armandi's been playing lately, and he's been hitting the ball decently. Coming in, I think his first start was against Sevier County. I think he had a hit. He had a hit against Hardin Valley.
He had a hit last night.
Had a hit last night as well. So seeing him step up is good. Like you said, Ryan Smith and Caleb Williams, seeing them step up, they've kind of struggled early in the year. I think as a team we've handled it really well. And I think guys are ready to step up and play and fill in those shoes that Bo was in.
Well, you yourself, you had the walk-off winner against Hardin Valley the other night. Dylan Edmonds has been a huge bat for you guys these last 2 games. Had both the tying hits for both Hardin Valley and Dobbins Bennett to keep you guys in position. And then, I mean, just looking at the sheer numbers, I don't mean to keep talking about the guy. I know I've talked about him a lot this year, but Riley LaRue has just been playing on another level this year. Huge for seniors to be able to step up at that level, but have you even realized the kind of years that you guys have been having?
I mean, I don't think we look, or as a team, I don't think we look at it as, I have 4 home runs. I'm batting .400. I had 3 RBIs or so. I think we're looking at it as now the time we need to start racking up wins, because it doesn't matter what I do now. It's matter what the team does, because if we don't win going into next week, it doesn't matter. So I think as a team, our cultures we're looking for next week is how can we find a way to win 2 games when it matters to move on to the region. That's how I think this team's looking at it. I don't think anybody's like, okay, this is about me. I think it's about how can I help the team win and produce. Because these past 2 games against Hardin Valley and Dobbins Bennett, we've had guys get on base, and we've also had guys get them in, which is what we struggled with early in the year against conferences. How are we going to get guys on, and how are we going to get them in to score?
I mean, I think it's been great seeing all the seniors be able to lift up. I know Lucas Havley, he's been put in some different spots this year, but I mean, he's still been producing at the plate whenever he's gotten those chances. You talk about getting on. He's a guy that's been able to get on here as of late. Yeah, it looks like you guys are putting it together, and I think it's going to be – that district tournament's going to be interesting. I mean, that field is just so tight. Yeah. I mean, even Morristown East, they haven't won a game in the district, but they played Sevier County close. They took you guys to 11 innings once.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting. Moving on to softball, I mean, talking about somebody that's barreling up and hitting the heck out of a ball. Let's talk about freshman Kaylee Reese.
Freshman, yeah.
Holy cow.
She's hitting her stride, that's for sure. Two-time nominated Knox Area Player of the Week. She won it once.
Don't surprise me.
She's 8 home runs?
8 home runs, batting .462, has 42 hits. I think the next highest hitter, has 29, Ava Gray. And she is having a phenomenal freshman year.
She is, absolutely.
I know Matt, was telling me he had some freshmen that were going to be some big time contributors this year, but
I think he's throwing a freshman too, ain't he?
yeah, he's thrown 2 freshmen.
Yeah, but I mean that's good for him.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean that's
This is just his second year coming in. He's got some freshmen coming in that are playing well. That's going to be good for him.
well, and the
for
win
years to
totals
come.
keep climbing as
Yeah.
well. And I mean, same thing as you guys. They've got some important seniors. They got 3 seniors that are still very important to what they're doing. A couple of outfielders and a second baseman, Aubrey McBride, Ava Garay, like I already mentioned, and Faith Whited. All 3 right up there in the batting, as far as batting statistics as well. That's another team that feels like they're catching their stride a little bit. And again, right at the right time.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, and you really can't say enough. I mean, a freshman coming in and just hitting 8 dingers.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
It is, absolutely. Especially when the whole rest of the team has, 17, I think? So
Yeah.
she's accounted for over half.
Yeah. Right there at 17 for a team, 29 RBIs. But I mean, they've got some great hits out of some others in the lineup as well. Faith and Ava both have 29 hits apiece. Both have a combined 45 RBIs. Good timely hitting there. And like I said, I mean, that's just seniors stepping up, making sure that you stay in the game. They, too, have got a little bit of a tight district. A little different because Morristown West swept everybody.
Yeah.
Probably looking to be your district champion with the way that they've handled everything. But you get to the postseason and you never know. And same thing as you guys, double elimination.
Yeah, I know they hung around with East one game, and I think the second time they played them, it got out of hand a little bit. But
They beat East the first game.
Oh, they did beat East the first time. Okay.
They walked off East the first time. Handled them.
Yeah, I remember that game.
Handled them well for the most part. Gave up a couple of late runs, but got them back.
Are they third? Are they third in
bottom
the
of the 7th.
district?
They are tied for second. I've yet to hear exactly how the tiebreaker will work.
But either way, they're going to play East.
Yes, either way they're going to play East to start out. It's just a matter of, and with their tournament, they satellite out the first round, so that does matter just in a sense whether or not they get to play here or they get to play at Morristown East, because that's something that seemed to make a difference too. I mean, I forgot to go back and look over the numbers, but Matt's talked about how they play better at home, and I mean it kind of shows they had to come back and beat Sevier County in extras over at Sevier County. They made them a 7-0 shutout over here. You mentioned they had some struggles whenever they went to East, but they walked off East over here. I mean, they even had an early lead on Morristown West through a couple of innings whenever they played them here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that might be – it's not necessarily something you want because you don't get to play the entire postseason at your home field. You can play most of it at your home field if you win the right games, but you don't get to play the whole thing, so you do want to figure out how to win some of these games on the road. But nonetheless, going to be very interested to see what this team does. Well, let's move on to soccer. Very good news for those guys this past week. Back-to-back district regular season champions, locked that up. Big win over Morristown West. Not only to be able to do that in back-to-back years, but to do it in Jason McCoy's first year as head coach. That's got to be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Hitting their stride pretty well as of late too. Really getting the ball rolling here again. Another team firing into gear. The postseason comes around. So interested to see what these boys do. As far as we got some good goal scorers out there just from the couple games that I've been to and watched. They got great control of the ball. It's pretty entertaining to watch them. When they hit their stride and they're playing the right opponent. So I'm very excited to see what these boys can do here in the next couple weeks.
They're super aggressive.
They are.
Like you
Very
said, they get the
aggressive.
ball and they are going
They're
forward.
Very,
They're not
very aggressive style of play.
Yeah.
It's actually, I mean, even for a society around here that's not big on soccer, I mean, it's fun to watch.
Yeah.
Whenever they get the ball.
Oh, it's exciting as all
It
get out.
is. It
Yeah.
is. It really is. I went to one game and there was like 4 goals scored within I don't even know 3 minutes of each other. It was a good time. It was a good time.
You mentioned hitting their stride. I think Edwin Benuelos has definitely hit his stride which is good for them. He was their leading scorer last year. Coming into this last stretch, I think they've won 4 out of their last 5. Coming into that stretch, I think he'd only had like 3 goals on the season. Well, now he's second on the team in goals scored with 8.
Mm-hmm.
So huge for him, huge for that team. You hope that they start catching their stride because, it's not going to get easier. And they're a little bit different from baseball. You guys are about to start your district tournament. I think they got 1 more week of matches before they'll start theirs.
Yeah, I think their senior night's next week, so that's their last regular season.
So they've got some time to fine-tune some things, but, nonetheless, postseason's coming, and I know that last year's probably heavy on their mind. Go undefeated in the district. Lost to East in the first round of the tournament, and that was the end of the season.
Yeah.
And I know they're not going to want that to happen again. And the fact that the East took them to extra time earlier in the regular season and then got them on a golden goal, I'm sure that's going to be on their minds as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
We talk about that fast pace that they like to play with and that aggressiveness they like to play with. I got a feeling that might be taken up a notch should they see East in the first round again. In the postseason.
Absolutely.
I haven't been to
Well, no, you've been busy.
much soccer
I know.
games. Yeah, I think I've only went to one. I saw like the second half of it, and that was against Science Hill, and I think they lost that one by like 1.
Yeah.
Which is good to see them playing region teams because that's all that matters is if you need to play the region teams now because when postseason comes around, you're not going to be playing like Gibbs or some team that you should easily beat.
Right.
That's what I like about Coach Long. These late games that we've been playing, it's not been against like I don't know, any like bad teams around here, but
Sure.
we've been playing like teams that will play in the region, DB, Hardin Valley.
Well, and that match, I think they lost. They lost by 1 goal. I think it's 2-1.
It was. They were tied there for the longest time. I remember that.
Yes.
Science Hill scored a goal, and then they couldn't recuperate afterwards. But yeah.
Yeah, very close match. They've been in 8 matches this year that have been decided by 1 goal, and they're 3-5 in those matches. But they've won the past couple that they've been in, so.
Yeah.
That's good to see, and hopefully that's a sign for what's to come whenever we get to the postseason. Because all you got to do is win that first one to get yourself to the region, and all you got to do is win that first one to get yourself to the sectional.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to make sure you win the right games at the right time.
That's what it's about.
To keep yourself advancing. Tennis, man. You want to talk about some dominating play? Let's talk about the girls' tennis team real quick.
Yeah, they've been pretty stout this year as far as
they have been taking souls. The last one, Seymour, beat them. 9 matches. You played to 8. They beat them a combined 72-1. That's unbelievable. They've won 5 matches by 9-0 sweeps. They're 37-5 combined in singles. Just having an absolutely stellar year. I know we talked before the season started. I think you noted about the Berger twins a little bit.
Yeah.
They're having a great year. How exciting is that to see?
It's very exciting. I remember back when I was in high school, I played tennis for 1 year. That was my senior capstone right there. We didn't have anything to do in the spring. Golf was over, so we played tennis, and we were okay. I was pretty good. I'll say that. But the girls' team was it was almost like girls' golf. I feel like we kind of run into the same issues there. It's like we go through periods of interest and then decline, and then interest and then decline, and it's really good to see one of those girls' programs in the upswing right now, especially dominating the way that they are. It's really good to see.
Well, they've already locked themselves in for a district championship shot. They've only lost 1 match this year. That was to Sevier County, which is who they will play for the district title. I believe the week after next week, May 8th. So, got that to look forward to. You play tennis, you might be able to help me out a little bit. When's the last time that Jeff County had a tennis team in the team championship?
I'm going to be honest, I have no idea. It was not us, I'll tell you that.
It wasn't you?
Wasn't
but
us.
You were kind of good.
I was, but my doubles partner wasn't.
Oh, okay.
So
Just going to push blame off.
We'll leave it there.
Okay.
Two golfers trying tennis for the first time their senior year. we were just out there to have fun. We were the party. We were the party crowd. We brought life to the team and everybody. Yeah. So.
Did you bring a boombox or anything?
No, I should have. I didn't think about that.
He brought a boombox.
Well, no, we used to have that was back when the parking lot was still over there. I'd pull up my car and we'd leave the doors open and then we'd just play it through.
Mobile boombox. Yeah, boombox on wheels.
We play through the radio like that.
Yeah.
So.
The boombox has been used baseball on the bus rides.
I could see that.
Coach Reese would not allow that, but Coach Long does. So
Coach Long can't do much from the driver's seat either.
he cannot.
Yeah, that's right.
That's my favorite thing to think about is Zach Long and his driving his merry band of misfits up and down 81
Yep.
to play baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Back on the tennis team though, man, I mean it's been an incredible year for them. The girls have sheerly been dominant. Boys have had their struggles, but they have made some improvements. I was going over some records today. C.J. Worley as a kid, 6-1 in singles.
Yeah.
I mean
CJ.
that's awesome.
And he's got time to.
He's a freshman.
Yeah, he's got plenty of time. He's going to be pretty good.
When we talk about first year coaches, and Diana Price is one of those with the tennis team, and she's talked about how that side of the program is young and they're building, and so to have a kid that's 6-1, and he's also 4-2 in doubles with his partner Marcus Berry, to be able to have that kind of momentum to build on your team, I think that's certainly got to be a positive sign. And
Yeah, absolutely.
I think they bring most of their boys back, if not all of them, next year. So
I think there's most of the seniors on the girls' team. I don't think there's any seniors on the boys' team, is there?
I don't think so.
I can name them off: Max Huerta.
Not that I know of.
There
Emerson
is.
Ellison,
He's junior.
Cameron Burt, Nathan Volker.
Not that I know of.
That's
Yeah,
it.
so they've got that's good.
Lot
Good position.
A lot of new coaches around here.
Yeah.
Is it your fourth or third golf season?
That'll be my fourth.
So he's just finished up his third. Lewis is second. Got Kyle Briggs coming in as his first.
What I'm thinking about doing is getting all the coaches to sign a contract that they have to stay for at least 5 years. They can't. We can't keep having this turnover because I don't like it personally.
No,
that means I have to get to know new people.
That's
do
right.
do I get a bonus for staying longer?
You get to talk to me after matches. That's your bonus.
I got to do that anyway.
I know, but you're going to look at it as a bonus.
Comfortable
All right.
conversation.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It's a safe space is what we'll call it.
Okay.
Yeah. If I get any word of you leaving, then I'm going to print the bad stuff.
All right. Sounds good.
Finally, moving on to track and field. I mean, we want to talk about dominance. Coach Delozier fields one of the most dominant programs in pretty
Again.
much anything that he does. Holy cow.
Year after year.
Looking to repeat as IMAC champions. Girls looking for their 16th straight. Boys looking for their 13th in their last 16 years and 3 back-to-back-to-back. What can you even say about them that hasn't been said at this point?
I don't think there's anything you can. I mean,
Pure dominance.
they're great. They've been great. It's just what it is. It's what it is.
Should he hold a clinic for all the coaches on how to
He could
run
make
the
some money
program?
doing it. He could.
Something, I mean, seriously, that anything the dude touches turns to freaking gold.
Had a lot of kids go to state last year. Looking.
Add more to the list this year,
For the
probably.
same this
We
year,
got
yeah.
a couple young ones that are PRing as of recently. I know I got one girl in class, and Maya Freeman. She just PR'd in her event last week. Tylee's doing great. Alyssa's still
Dominant.
trucking through. I mean, it's just
I think Dante Houston ran his 111
yeah.
3 or something.
He came up like 3/100ths short of Gabe yesterday in the 100, but then he nipped him in the 200. So, I mean, that's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
1-2 in 2 different events.
Absolutely.
You talk about Alyssa. I talked to Delozier's assistant, Adam Shockley. He does a lot with their throws over there, and said that she's kind of taking it easy right now and kind of working on her form and stuff and still winning these events.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just, It's wild. It's absolutely wild. Obviously, Alyssa, 2-time state champion last year, went on to win an indoor state title this year. Looking to get number 4 and 5 before she leaves and heads off to Duke. That's very exciting and something to look forward to.
Absolutely.
Are you going to make the trip to Murfreesboro with me?
Pay for it?
No.
Maybe then. We'll see.
And then, yeah, I mean, they've got so many other kids. You talk about Tylee Hefney, the school record holder for pole vault, probably looking at a return trip to state. You got Eliza Collins, Nick Moore, Alex. Is it Nabe or Nabe?
Nabe, yeah.
Nabe, okay.
Which I went to school with his brother. His brother was a hurdler, I think, for the school, and he was great. So I think that runs in the family. They're just.
I was getting ready to say Alex is pretty good at jumping hurdles.
They got it in them, and Alex is he's continuing that streak. That's for sure.
Well, he's looking to probably go back. Delozier's liked what he's seen out of Eli Roberson as well. That's another one that could end up going for hurdling. Eliza's one that could end up there for hurdling on the girls' side. We talked about Gabe Sawyer a little bit. Him and Bryson Osborne are two guys that are in the mix for high jump, if not other events. I know that Gabe, I think he went last year. I can't remember if he went for high jump, but I'm pretty sure he was on one of the relay teams.
Yeah.
So he's definitely been there before. And then, again with pole vault, we'll talk about Tylee Hefney, but Delozier loves what he has out of Carrie Belcher and Elizabeth Butler as well. They took 1, 2, 3 in yesterday's meet. They hosted 7 other schools. And that's pretty much been what they've done all year.
Pure dominance.
Pure dominance. The Delozier way.
That's right.
That's all it is.
Guys, you got anything else to add?
I think so.
Not that I know of.
Man, I'm looking forward to it. We're
Postseason.
We're almost to May. It's the most important time of year. It's the most fun time of year. It's about to get real serious, but it's about to get real fun.
That's right.
Maddux, I wish you guys the best of luck.
Appreciate it.
I don't know if I'll be there for any of it because I don't know if I'll
Bad
be
luck.
allowed. Yeah, pretty much.
Watch on Game Changer.
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm going to have to do. Seriously, though, good luck to everybody. Looking forward to it. Fun times at Jeff County High. Let's go get some championships.
All right.